Salutations!
Greetings and welcome, my junior doctors, to a new Let's Play series. Welcome to Galacticare. Alright, so, some of you might be familiar with some of my older works, and some time ago I played a game called War for the Overworld. Well, a spiritual successor to Dungeon Keep, as it were. That studio made another game. They promoted on their Kickstarter somewhat, but didn't actually need a Kickstarter for, I guess. Anyway, a sort of spiritual successor to Theme Hospital. At least it's good to know that they're staying in the similar franchise. Now, there's plenty of other, of course, Theme Hospital successors nowadays. 2 Point Hospital comes to mind, for instance, which I have also Let's Played for a bit. But this one takes a slightly different approach. What if Theme Hospital, but in space? So that is what we will be today. We are in charge of a new adventure of hospitals in space, starting in the Terran sector. Orientation. There's 11 chapters with a fairly interesting story throughout. But for the most part, you're just building hospitals, finding new diseases and stuff. Now, don't worry too much about the Galactic Exchange. This is all stuff you can earn in-game. The currency you earn in-game, so none of this you have to worry about buying any of it. But this is just a neat look of some of the items that you can unlock. Here you go. Oop. Let us begin.
Greetings, Director. Let me be the first to congratulate you on your appointment. Ms. Orion and I are excited to see how you'll rise to the occasion. We're establishing our first facility right here in orbit around Earth. Ms. Orion is already on site. Let's get this thing kicked off, shall we?
Right, so we got a bit of a look at our location where we will be starting. You have the option to restart the story or start in the sandbox. Basically, the sandbox is just the same level, but you don't have to worry too much about the story. And these are the rewards we'll be getting. And we will not be playing in challenge mode. And our goal really is to just get at least 3 stars, which allows us to move on to the next hospital. I probably will not be playing to get 5 stars necessarily. I mean, it is possible to get 5 stars, but for the purposes of the playthrough, I'll probably just settle on whatever stars I succeed in getting in a particular story run, and we'll see about that, because the story does at some point conclude for any particular chapter, at which point you can move on. There's also places where you can go to where that are not story related. I've not decided yet if I wanted to play those, but we'll see. You see, Earth has been developed somewhat. This is the future, after all.
Glistening before you and silhouetted against the green marble of Earth is Galacticare's newest high-orbit station, and your first hospital. I'm Heel, the AP assigned to all of Galacticare's extrasolar operations. Think of me as your personal assistant, for it is my duty to assist you in all things healthcare as we strike out amongst the stars. Soon, patients from all throughout the solar system will darken our halls, bringing with them all sorts of awful maladies and excretions. Medibots on standby, Director. Before then, Ms. Orion wishes to fire the starting gun personally. I'm sure we'll be receiving a call from her any moment now. Yeah, and there she is.
Nice.
The prompt at the bottom right of your user interface will answer her call. There's no rush. Contacts will wait for you to answer.
Good to know.
Bonjour, guten Tag, Moshi Director, and welcome to Galacticare. It's time to bring this dream of ours to life. I can't wait to see this hospital up and running. Personally, I'm not one for all this nitty-gritty management stuff. I'd much rather be in the lab, so that's why you're here. Remember, if you ever feel lost, you can review your objectives in the top right corner of your interface. Take it away, Heel!
Thank you, Mom. Director, let's start with a particularly fun section. Calibrating sensors and perspective. Yes, we'll be panning, rotating, and even zooming your camera. Both in and out, mind you. Thrilling stuff. Your objectives should be displayed now. If they're not, then everything is broken, and it may be simpler for you to resign. Look at us go, spinning around like a gyro. I feel vaguely ill. Now, there was something else I was supposed to be doing. Oh, yes. There's the hospital. Patients and preventing death, profit, and so on. Very well, then. To do healthcare, we will require both a reception desk and a diagnosis room. Let's first place a reception desk so that we can process patients as they arrive. I've highlighted the menu in which you will find said desk.
Place it here.
Wonderfully placed. Now all we need is a diagnosis room. Ms. Orion should be calling with the details momentarily.
The diagnosis room is our patient's first step on the road to recovery. It's where we evaluate what's gone wrong with their meaty bodies. Also, tiny spinny drones come out of it, which is very cool and entirely necessary.
Let's get that diagnosis room up and running. If you're ever unsure what to do, select any of your objectives and I'll help to point you in the right direction. With the room selected, you can now begin to place the blueprint. Choose a starting point, shape it to your desired footprint, and wonderful! However, an empty room will not by itself facilitate the healthcare. We must first place a door, and then the room's required objects. In the case of diagnosis, we need a desk and a display. Your construction display will show you simple, easy methods to improve your room's value. Potted plants are all the rage at the moment. Not my cup of tea, personally. Now, a replica of an XTC 5000 block engine. Well, my word, Director, I'm mere satisfaction from the thought alone.
Right. Get a potted plants. I don't disagree. Put a plant in here. Right. Decoration. Let's get some posters in here. And a curious decoration. That is fine. Alright, so the room is now spacious and well decorated. We don't have upgrades yet, so...
Yeah, that's the diagnosis room, ready? Now we'll need a treatment room. Ms. Orion will be in touch with the juicy details.
Skin! Everyone has it. Unless they have an exoskeleton, or nothing at all. The Skin Lab uses proprietary chemicals to coat our patients in a gentle foam, which strips off their outsides and rebuilds them from scratch. It's relatively painless. I use the Skin Lab instead of a shower sometimes.
It needs to be 3 by 4. Three more tiles to be spacious, so if you can. Some more tiles. Treatment tank. And we need some decorations again. Just take this on reliables. I mean, there are some items that are room specific. And we'll also do a plant. Slightly different. Now there's also things like windows we can add, but that's not necessary for now, and I kind of want to save on cash a little bit.
Excellent. We have our first rooms. More to come, I'm sure. However, I think there's still something missing. As we're a healthcare organization, we will need some doctors. Pop open the recruitment menu on the left-hand bar and review your various candidates. And there they are, Director. You can see their name, species, and traits that are unique to them. We currently have Ode and human candidates, and are restricted to them for reasons which I can assure you are culturally sensitive. I'm certain you'll come to find the unique traits of the galaxy's different sapiens particularly helpful for your work. Choose a candidate when you're ready.
Right. So, all the doctors we see here are all trainees. This is on purpose, I think, but in case they will not always be that. They usually have a positive trait and a bad trait. How bad this is entirely up to you to decide. For this case, let's get a fast learner. I mean, I don't like Litterbug, but we have Metabots. Fine. I will get one of you. I do not like you breaking machines, but reducing damage to patients. Let's also get PJ Banjo. I would like an Ode. Get you. Just so we have enough.
Excellent work. Your new staff will set about their tasks in your rooms, aiding our soon-to-be patients. Doctors gain experience as they work, and more experienced doctors are, as you'd imagine, better at things. Due to capitalism, staff require payment on a regular basis, so do be sure not to overhire and inflate your expenses. An excellent set of rooms and doctors, Director, that will surely excel at treating patients. You should be commended for your ambition. Speaking of which, your legally mandated commendation, known in human society as payment, is yours to claim.
Yay! Rewards. We get money, some craftiums, lowmites, and some human influence.
We're ready to open the hospital. Let's see if we can't get our patients back to their rent pods in one piece.
Alright, so. Craftium is essentially something you can use to create certain objects within the hospital. Such as upgrades and consumable. Like we can create some extra metabots that way. If we have the points, the craftium. We do not at the present time, so point on that. The lowmites are currency for using in the Galactic mods. The Galactic Exchange. Currently we have 5, so not really enough to buy much of anything, but we can buy that. And we also have always an easy way back into our latest hospital that we are working on. You can overview our staff. You can overview our patients. We currently don't have any yet, because we're not open yet, so fine. We have no known conditions just yet, and we can see the rooms that we have, and how many people are in queue and all that, and how many, any type of room we have, various lenses that we can apply, like corridor congestion, or queue length. Consultants is something that will be unlocked later, but for now we don't have to worry too much about that. And this is because we just unlocked the hollow meta plinth. Anyway, let us begin. Open the hospital.
And away we go. Time to treat some of these poor fellows. Patients are arriving now, Director. They shall scuttle about our hospital and deposit their various detritus within its once sterile halls.
Here we have some toilets and a bin.
The Ode are a curious bunch. Although they're all clones, they revere old age, competing with each other to see who can live in any one body the longest. Once they retired from their dreams of galactic empire, they developed an odd fascination with humanity. It began with crop circles and cow abductions and ended up in appropriating the most problematic parts of 1950s Earth culture, surf rock, and traditional gender roles.
Alright, so Ode. I've inherited the knowledge, which is useful to know for our doctors. I like well-decorated rooms, which is fine. I also like curious decoration. There's an entire treatise on their physiology, which you can read at your own leisure, and their society. I mean, I do appreciate that they at least went to the lengths of detailing all these aliens. Also make sure that we have vending machines ready to go.
Humans, we love them. They are us, sometimes. Not always, though. Humans are a lot of things. And one of those things is that they're social beings. They'll improve our influence whenever they complete treatments. Also, they've accidentally engineered a dystopia where corporations have become kingdoms. So that's great. Sorry. That's a conversation for another time, I guess.
Yeah. Same deal here.
It appears we've received a patient with a shattered arm. Let's inspect them and see if we can't mend their appendage. Behold the patient panel. I've highlighted the condition track. This fellow's condition requires them to be reboned, and for that, we'll need a boning chamber.
The boning chamber, a retrofitted mining machine, which chomps fresh, minty new skeletons directly into our patients. An assistant engineer fitted the schematic with internal cameras for personal reasons. That'll teach me to poach staff from Salazar. Anyway, that's all fixed, and it's mostly safe. Mostly.
The boning chamber. A fine room indeed. I do rather admire the machine in there. Rather charming, actually. I think I'll call him Harold. I haven't the foggiest idea why.
Indeed. Yeah, the zany stuff is definitely full force. Facing this way, I think. Few regular decorations in here. Anatomy is probably important. Give you a plant.
You may find yourself running short on space in our initial hospital area. You can expand to other nearby areas by selecting them and paying a small fee. To whom, I'm not sure. Well, now that we've got a few treatment rooms up and running, let's talk about keeping our staff and patients happy. Let's inspect one of our doctors to grasp the full extent of their needs. Through this panel, we can see the various qualities and needs that define our doctor. This is their mood. A happy doctor will perform their job efficiently, whereas an unhappy doctor is more likely to make mistakes. If their mood gets too low, they may simply leave. You can see the various thoughts and feelings impacting their mood here. For example, witnessing the death of a patient may result in a degree of momentary sadness. Physical needs, like hunger and energy, are fulfilled by vending machines, staff lounges, toilets, and so on. By the looks of things, this individual needs to unwind in a staff lounge.
This one's pretty straightforward. It's a staff lounge. Staff will go in there and lounge. There's a fire pit and everything. We considered a mindfulness cue, but people found the idea nightmarish. So they get this instead. I don't get it. I love the cube. I'll go in there sometimes just to scream at the walls. Great de-stressor.
We'll need to build a staff lounge, lest our employees descend into absolute madness. We should also ensure we provide both staff and patients with places to sit, something to eat, and toilets in which they may relieve themselves.
That's just supposed to give inches. plant decorations on the wall. And let's give you a wall for the overworld cabinet. Fit it in here. Can't quite fit it. Well, you don't need that bench.
Your required facilities have been installed, and the number of organics who've relieved themselves in the hospital has slipped under the bar for legal concern. Bravo, Director. You have provided everything organics need for a state of mild comfort. Director, it's time to meet your marginally useful maintenance crew. This is a Medibot. They've been purchased at low cost and reprogrammed to maintain our equipment and clean up various forms of vomit. The robot is waving. Medi, are you waving? Are you waving your awful little hands? It appears that Medi wishes to speak to you. Not to worry, I doubt it has much to say.
Hello, new director. It's me, Medi. Heel says I'm a toaster, and that I might actually be useful if I was dropped in someone's bathtub.
Yes, that comment is slightly off out of context, Director, but you may rest assured that Medi has no clue what's going on.
Well, I guess so. Also, Heel keeps saying I'm a fake boy, and being programmed to imitate humanity is a disgrace. He's my best friend.
Medi, you don't have any friends because you're not real.
Of course I do. 'Cause you're my friend. And so is this giant creature who's about to eat the station.
Bugger me! What in the world is going on? Hello there!
I think it's okay, Heel. It's just a really big alien.
First of all, Medi, it's a colossal. Secondly, please refrain from use of the term alien in reference to non-human sapiens. Director, the alien is somehow hailing us, though not on any identifiable frequency. It's almost as though it's directly pushing buttons inside the station's systems. In the absence of any better ideas, perhaps it's best to, pick up the phone.
Indeed. But we'll be doing so next time. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you all next time. Bye.